Just put mine on the chair. I'll grab it.
All right, welcome to the Maximum Edge Sports Wagering Show. My name is John Santucci. Happy Thanksgiving. Call me Tooch. I hope everyone's getting ready for their dinners. So everybody's doing their cooking. Everyone's going to have a lovely meal tonight, spend some time with family, and watch some football. I can't think of a better guy to help me break down 5 games today, college and NFL. It's Anthony from Pounded Sports. Anthony, happy Thanksgiving.
How you doing, buddy? How you
Good.
doing?
Doing well,
Yeah,
doing well, getting ready.
Thanksgiving. There's a lot of great games today. Tough games, but a lot of great games.
Yeah, some great games. There's some good spots here to make our plays. I think there's some sharp plays on this board today. Where do you want to start? College today?
Yeah, let's start with the college. Let's leave the good stuff for later.
All right. Well, the first game we got kicks off about 3:30 Eastern, and that is Fresno State -7 at San Jose State. You got the Bulldogs heading to San Jose, over under 52.5. This line opened it's opened at 7, 52.5, and it stayed at 7, 52.5. Fresno State 8-3 has been a moneymaker for you and me. 7-4 against the spread. Over under 5-6. And on the road, Fresno State 4-1 against the number. San Jose State not as good. The Nick Starkel went down a few weeks back, about a month ago. Nick Nash has been the starter for San Jose State. They are 5-6, 6-5 against the spread. They are 3-2 against the number at home. Anthony, let's help me break down Fresno State and San Jose State.
Beginning of the season, Fresno was unbelievable. They were like 4-0 against the spread and 4-0 against the spread first half. And then week 5, 6, 7 started coming. They're back. Reality kicked in. So we go into this game. San Jose State has been a disappointment this year. They were supposed to have a high explosive offense coming into the season, and that just hasn't been the case. Their offense ranks 216th, only averaging 21 points a game. As in Fresno's 56th best offense, ranking 33rd best offense. So one team just doesn't like to score, and the other team does. Fresno's got a very good offense, very good quarterback. He was actually a Heisman candidate in the season, and then went away as the season went on because reality kicked in. This game is kind of ugly, not the most entertaining type game, unless you're living in California. Of course, you're going to like this type of game. You got 2 California teams going at it. I can't put my finger on the side. As much as I would love to lean Fresno, San Jose could very easily cover this game. I like the under more than anything out of this game if I had to pick.
I do too. I like the under. Jake Haener, the quarterback you're talking about for San Jose or Fresno State. San Jose State. Nick Nash, the freshman, he's not bad either. He's done a pretty good job since Starkel went down. Let's take a look at some of the numbers. The total's gone under in 4 of Fresno's last 6, and 4 has gone under 4 of the last 5 times these two teams have played each other. You said one team's got a good offense, one team doesn't. Both these teams they're slower paced teams. So I would lean under 2 as well. If I had to pick a side, it's so hard to go. It's hard. 7 points is a lot this time of year. I would lean Fresno State. I just think they can win by a touchdown. I hate to go against the home dogs. That's why I would just play the total. I think the number leans more towards the under. San Jose State 5-0 against the spread at home as an underdog. So I would stay away from the side there. San Jose State might, +7 might be a sharp play though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a whether you take Fresno or San Jose State. In my opinion, I don't think any of those are a bad bet because it can go both ways.
Yep. Yeah. Leaning under here. Let's head over to Mississippi State in-state rivalry. Yeah, number 8 Mississippi State Ole Miss Rebels at Mississippi State. Mississippi State is a 2.5-point home favorite. And you and I talked before the show about Matt Corral, and news stories lead us to believe that he played his last game against Vanderbilt, and he won't be playing in this game, and that Luke Altmyer, the freshman, will be taking over in this game. I'm surprised that I hadn't heard much about it either till this morning. I went to go see who was healthy, and all that. And Matt Corral was not listed on the depth chart. Your thoughts for Mississippi State?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really surprised. I mean, normally something big like that is like all over the news, all over the headlines, all the stories are writing. I mean, all the journalists have something to write about, and they're not. They're just totally neglecting that the star quarterback for Ole Miss, who's entering the pro draft, is not going to play. So now we have some rookie, some freshman quarterback, and God knows how he's going to play. He's going to be nervous as hell. And Mississippi State's not a team to play around with. They got pretty damn good defense. I mean, look what they did to Auburn after Auburn went up that big lead. They shut Auburn down in Auburn. So, I mean, I think this is kind of like a no-brainer in one way. But Ole Miss, their defense has stepped up. So this could be a trap game. Who knows? But my lean, it's a big, big lean just because of the quarterback change. Is on Mississippi State. And this low spread, it's kind of like
dangling that cheese.
Yeah,
dangling that cheese.
I want to bite it, but I'm afraid.
I lean laying 2.5 points at home. Mississippi State. You're talking Mississippi State. They have an offense too, man. Number 22 in the country. Not like the Ole Miss offense, number 5 overall in the country. We know they put points on the board, but that was with Matt Corral, arguably the best quarterback who will come out next year's draft. Luke Altmyer, we don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to be nervous. This is a big game in state. Ole Miss, Mississippi State. It doesn't get too much bigger.
He does have a quarterback name, though. He's got a quarterback name. That's a name for a quarterback. Luke Altmyer.
The defense of Mississippi State is ranked 21, pretty good. And right now, Ole Miss defense ranked 101, but they have stepped up lately to play a better defense this last half of the season. Mississippi State, the number 3 pass offense. They will throw the ball too. Let's look at some of the numbers. This line opened at -1, 60.5 over and under. That's been steamed up to 64, man. I like the under in this game, and I'll tell you why. The total's gone under in 6 of Mississippi's last 6 games. So Ole Miss has played to the under their last 6 games. You think with a team that plays that prolific of an offense, still staying under the number, and that's a testament to Ole Miss defense playing better. The total's gone under in 7 of Mississippi State's last 8 games against Mississippi. So these two teams play each other tough. The total stays under. And then 12 of the last 16 games at home for Mississippi State, the total has stayed under. 64, a big number. Where are you leaning on the total?
I even like the under with Corral personally. I mean, you got 2 very good defenses going at it, and now you got the quarterback change. I mean, the first quarter is going to be rough for this Ole Miss quarterback. So, I mean, I think that 64 is a lot of points, even for college. I'm leaning the under.
I like the under here. All the numbers point to the under.
Yeah, I don't know how you don't take under personally. I mean, you would have to hope Mississippi State scores 40, and I don't see that happening.
Yeah, both these teams got to score like 35, 30 points. And with this being such a bitter rivalry and two fairly good defenses, man, I think the under is a great play today. We might even give that out as a free play too. All right, so we got Fresno. So we like the unders of both the college games today so far. Let's head over to the NFL, where we have 3 games on tap. The Thanksgiving Day NFL games, bit of a tradition in the NFL. It's always been Detroit and Dallas who host the Thanksgiving Day games, and you'll have shots of the turducken and all sorts of things like that. How families celebrate their Thanksgivings, etc. The first game we got on top is the Bears and the Lions. I see the numbers gotten down to -2.5 now. This morning when I looked, it was -3. Over under still sitting at 41.5. The Lions and Bears have both played some under games recently, ugly games. Bears and Ravens last week, and Lions and Browns and Lions and Steelers the past couple weeks too, all have stayed under. The Bears 3-7, Lions looking for the first win at 0-9. Bears 4-6 against the number. Lions 6-4 against the spread. They've been a pretty good cover team. At home, they're 2-2 against the spread. The Bears on the road 2-3. Number. We got some injuries in this game though, Anthony. Quarterback Justin Fields out for the Bears. Defensive end Akeem Hicks out for the Bears. Wide receiver Allen Robinson is doubtful. For the Lions, they've got some guards out. Halapoulivaati Vaitai is out. Right tackle Matt Nelson is out. Defensive end Trey Flowers is out. Defensive tackle Sean Hand is out. So Lions have some injuries in the trenches as well. Where are you leaning inside here for Bears Lions?
This is damn if we do, damn if we don't. I like the Bears. I'm a Bears fan, but can't always bet your heart. I'm leaning the Lions in this game. I mean, I think everything says the Lions. Even Jared Goff is probable today. If he was playing, I was leaning the Lions. If Boyle was quarterback, I was leaning the Bears. So Goff is basically the nail in the coffin. In the last 5 meetings on Thanksgiving with these two teams, the result has resulted in 4 points or less. So you get in +3. Bears could even win by a field goal, and I'll take the push. But my lean is on the Lions today, just because of Jared Goff is starting. And Bears they are so injured. They've already said out loud they've given up on their coach, and there's no way you could put money on a team that's already given up on their coach.
Well, there certainly has been a lot of turmoil. Story broke earlier this week about Matt Nagy supposedly going to be fired on his after Thanksgiving. It was so much turmoil, you got to think that there's a lot of thoughts bouncing around in the team's head. Maybe their concentration's a little bit off, execution's off, penalties are on the rise for the Bears. Like you said, a close game. These teams have played close. Give me the points. If it's 4 points or less, give me 3 points. I love this number at 3.5. Lions +3.5. Thought that was a great number. So did a lot of other people. Now it's 2.5. Yeah, like you said, take the push by the half point, and take your chances.
Take the 2.5.
Right.
If you're going to take the 2.5, you might as well take the Lions money line. Personally, I mean,
yep.
2.5 is a horrible number to bet. You got to take the 3, eat the juice, and worst comes to worst, you get your money back. So,
right. Full disclosure, Anthony and I are both Bears fans, so we do know a little bit more about our team than most of the other teams. I do think that Lions money line isn't a bad play, to be honest. I mean,
not at all.
When a team doesn't have any wins, they're desperate to get that win.
There really is no bad bet in this game. If you're on the Bears, it's not a bad bet. If you're on the Lions, it's not a bad bet. This is another game, just like Fresno State -7, San Jose State +7. There's really no bad bet because it can go both ways. The only reason
sharp number
I am leaning the Lions, I'm sure you are too, is because how close these two teams play. And the Lions, you're giving me 3 points, and I have a chance to win. As in the Bears, you have to win by 3 points to win your bet.
Yeah.
in a betting aspect, the smart money is on the
Yeah, I agree. As far as the total, man, I like the under in this. Look at the ugly games these two teams have played. Total's gone under in 7 of Chicago's last 9 games. I know they had a couple spurts where the number went over. They had a little scoring, outburst there. Detroit 4-2. Total's gone under in 7 of Detroit's last 8 games. Let's look at this number here. Chicago 0-5 straight up in their last 5 games. You know, of course, we know the Lions are 0-9 their last 9 games. Both these teams are desperate for a win. You know, but like I said, when a team is winless, man, they fight tooth and nail to get that. Nobody wants to go winless on the season.
Especially, number one, and it's also on primetime on Thanksgiving. Yep. The Lions took a lot of pride, even when they were bad. They put Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to the brink of they almost beating them on Thanksgiving. Yeah. So there's one thing we know about the Lions on Thanksgiving. You see a whole nother Lions team on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and they do. They have played hard for Dan Campbell. I don't know if I can say the same for the Bears playing all out for Matt Nagy, to be honest.
No.
You know?
They hate the coach. They can't wait for this guy to leave.
I agree. I'm leaning Lions +3. I like the under. I don't think there'll be a lot of – I think this is going to be more of a field goal than touchdown game, and that would point me in the direction of the under. I think 41.5 is an okay number. It's low for an NFL game, but this I think will be an ugly game. I'm looking at like 17-13 game, something like that, 16-13. 16-10.
I think 2017. Yeah, I mean, it's
2017, 2016.
I don't see any team in the 20s in this game. I don't
either.
A lot of running. The Bears are going to take a lot of running. Dalton is going to be throwing, but he's inaccurate. Allen Robinson and one receiver is out. So, I mean, Darnell Mooney had 16 targets, but only 5 catches last week.
Right.
It's not that he wasn't open. He just couldn't catch the damn ball. So.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, if the Bears want to win this game, they have to run ball. Lions not particularly a good run defense, and there's pretty good run offense. Only problem is their coach doesn't like to run the ball. Yeah. You know, when they run the ball, they win. That's what happened when they went to Las Vegas. The Bears ran the ball a ton and beat Las Vegas in Las Vegas. They were running the ball against the Steelers. They were running the ball last week against the Ravens, and then they give up on the run because their coach never saw a pass play he didn't like. So we're leaning under and Lions plus the points. Let's move on to Raiders Cowboys. You've got the Raiders, a 7.5 point road dog, over under 51. This line opened at 50.5 for a total. So look, people are looking over here. Both offenses pretty darn good. Raiders offense ranked 10th. The Cowboys offense is the number 1 offense in the NFL. The Raiders really have a good passing offense as well. The Cowboys have a good pass defense though too. Raiders 5-5, Cowboys 7-3. The Raiders, if they want to have any chance of making the playoffs, they gotta start getting a little bit higher above 500. Cowboys in a little bit of a funk. They've lost, I think, 2 of their last 3. After losing that heartbreaker in the opener against the Buccaneers, they went on a little bit of a tear. Now a 6-game tear, I think. And then against the spread, Cowboys 8-2, pretty good. They've been a pretty good team against the number. Home, the Cowboys are 4-1 against the spread, but they are pretty banged up, man. Raiders, no relevant injuries. Cowboys without Amari Cooper. CeeDee Lamb is questionable. I don't think he'll play if he's still in concussion protocol, like you and I were talking before this game. Oh, boy. What are you thinking side of this game?
I mean, when a team is injured, and we've seen numerous times this season, we saw with Ryan Tannehill, when A.J. Brown and Julio Jones was out. He had no passing game.
Yeah.
When Dak Prescott had no CeeDee Lamb last week, no Amari Cooper last week, he struggled in the passing game. I mean, it just happened. When you don't have your top 2 receivers, you're going to struggle. Zeke is banged up. He's got to play, but he's banged up. So there's a good chance we see a split of Zeke and Tony Pollard. I mean, the Raiders, I mean, there's nothing to brag about at all right now. The last 2 games have been atrocious. Ever since the Henry Ruggs situation, it's like the team forgot how to play. I can't go with a team that's banged up. I've been burned one too many times. 7.5 points is a lot of points. And you can't tell me that teams are not going to come ready to play on Thanksgiving. Raiders probably are hungrier than the Cowboys, in my opinion. The hungry dog runs faster. I mean, I think the dog of the day goes to the Raiders.
Well, I'll tell you, if there were one team I would suspect wouldn't be prepared, to be the Raiders. I don't know. There's been so much trouble with the Raiders team this season as far as losing their coach, over some past remarks, and him resigning. That had some effect on the team. They had a dead cat bounce one week, and then they've dropped the last few games. And as well, one of their star players in a horrific car accident, which he was drunk and speeding and killed a young woman. But 7.5 points, like you said, in the NFL is a lot of points, and it looks like we have a dog of the day.
What a coincidence. Right. She walks up to me because we're talking about the dog of the day.
We got a dog of the day. Raiders plus 7.5. And we both kind of feel that 7.5, I mean, that number, that hook sitting there, it's very attractive. Are they dangling the cheese, though?
I'm loving the hook.
It's possible. Love the hook today. Dog of the day, Raiders. What about the total? Total's gone over 10 of Las Vegas' last 15 games. Total's gone under Dallas's 4 of their last 5. Any thoughts on the total?
I think the total's too high today. It was 52 yesterday. Now it's 51. There is steam on the under. I would lean under just because I just don't like the Cowboys with their top 2 receivers out, and they're going to be relying on Cedric Wilson to get a big load of the receptions. I see a lot of 3 and outs, so under is my lean.
I think they'll be relying on Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard a lot. If they want to beat the Raiders, they've got to run the ball, which would lean me toward burning clock and the under. So we're looking at Raiders plus 7.5 and the under. We've got a later game today too. It is the Bills versus the Saints. And that game is Bills 6.5 point road favorite. The Saints getting 6.5 at home. Over and under is sitting at 45. This line opened at -4. So money coming in on the Bills. A few money coming in on the under as well too. That under opened at 46. Thoughts on Buffalo Saints?
2 words: snooze fest. This is probably the worst game to put on at 8:20 at night Eastern time.
Yeah.
When you're full on turkey and the ISIS is kicking in, and then you got 2 defensive teams going at it, running the ball. This is the last game you want to watch at 20 after 8.
I agree. I love the under in this game, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah, this, like I said, snooze fest. I would lean the under. The side can go both ways again. I mean, like I said, there's really I don't see any locks today. I was able to find one. I got it as a 5-unit play. I mean, I think that's a hidden gem in my opinion. But overall, the sides, there's really no locks for the sides. I don't think the Bills are a lock today. Saints play so well against the spread at home. It's going to be electric. I mean, the only thing I hate about it is Trevor Siemian. The only way the Saints could compete for a win in this game is if Taysom Hill is more involved in the game. But if we have a full load of Trevor Siemian, it's going to be ugly. But
yeah, I do not like the Saints offense, I tell you. Without Alvin Kamara, Melvin Ingram's got a knee injury. He's questionable. He'll probably play, or how effective he is. Like I said, Taysom Hill, he is a playmaker, but he's also turns the ball over a lot too. And so does Trevor Siemian. The Bills have played. Let's face it. The Bills have not played good the past few weeks.
I got a pattern.
I got
a
to
pattern.
think. Yeah, I got to think
They
that
lost
the
to
Bills.
Jacksonville.
They lost to Jacksonville.
Beat the hell out of the Jets.
They got smoked by the Colts, a red hot Colts team, and Jonathan Taylor. I think Jonathan Taylor just scored another touchdown in that game. I got to look on my phone, see if it still scored touchdowns. But
5 touchdowns.
You got to think that the Bills, are going to regress back to start playing a little bit better football. I like the Bills here. I just think that they're the better team. They're the better defense. They're the better offense. Josh Allen's been under fire from the fans and media. That offense has been knocked, rumors swirling about Brian Daboll becoming a head coach. And so whoever, in the NFL teams fire their coach, they'll be looking at him as the next head coach of their team. All that distraction. I think Thanksgiving's a perfect time to get away from all that distraction. And the Saints, man, at home, the Saints are 1-2 against the spread. They're not exactly a great team at home against the number. The Bills on the road, they get away from Buffalo. They're 3-2 against the number. I like the Bills. 6.5, I think, is an okay number to buy this at. They just got to win by a touchdown. If it's going to be a close game and a field goal game, yeah, we're going to lose the bet. I just don't. I don't have any confidence in the Saints offense without Alvin Kamara. I don't. I mean, Mark Ingram with the knee injury, Trevor Siemian.
I'm still leaning the Saints.
They don't have any wide receivers to throw to. Their starting tight end is out. I like the Bills pass rush to put some heat on Trevor Siemian. I could be dead wrong. I hate this game. I wouldn't watch it. The sharp play is playing the under.
Yeah, 1,000%.
So I would lean Bills and the under. That's just me. 6.5. It's an attractive number for Bills bettors, but that could also be dangling cheese. I just don't. The Saints don't have a good home field advantage. So I mean,
they got a loud crowd, but they have no receivers.
Yep.
They have no one at running back now except for Mark Ingram, who's banged up. I mean, it's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
But I hate it. But I'm still on the Saints +7. I think the Bills plays just looks way too easy. I'm on the Saints +6.5, +7.
Without Kamara, without Ingram, you're looking at Dwayne Washington as your running back and Tony Jones Jr.
They got speed. They got
some. They're wide receivers, man. I'm just not impressed. Traquan Smith has come out a little bit over the last couple games, but Marcus Callaway, disappointment. Deontay Harris has made some plays. He's a little guy, but they just haven't been able to get him involved. It looks like Taysom Hill will be starting today. I don't know. Taysom Hill is just he's like a discount store Josh Allen, to be honest, right?
Pretty much.
Maybe a little bit better running.
He's like a Cam Newton.
Yeah,
he's like a Cam Newton.
Yeah, Cam Newton. Hill can throw the ball at least a little bit. Cam Newton just can't throw the ball anymore.
He can't. Cam Newton can't do nothing right. Yeah.
Right. Anthony likes the Saints. I like the Bills. I don't think I'm going to be betting this game unless it were to the total. So, and we'll just say we give away a free play here.
Yep.
All right, we are giving away a free play today. We have got Fresno State, San Jose State under 52.5. I really like this play. I will be betting this one myself. Free play, the under in Fresno State, San Jose State. Anthony, when are we back next? Are we back tomorrow morning talking college football?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Okay.
Tomorrow night. And we got a couple games tomorrow in college, I think, right?
Yep.
And we'll be getting into some college basketball coming up soon after the football season when we're in full swing there. So Anthony and I have got a lot of prep work to do as we have been examining the college basketball season so far. You can catch us on Twitter with some of our top plays for college basketball. Until then, we will see you all tomorrow. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Second string, and I'm the team captain. He's the preview, and I'm the main attraction. Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible. Unstoppable, unconquerable, on top of the world, accomplishing the impossible. Invincible hustle, mighty desire to conspire, to transpire, to